Okay. As much as I would love to do this sometimes, I don't think I ever would do this. And the person who did do this on a cruise is getting a lot of mixed reaction. A lot of mixed reaction. But I'm kind of wondering, where was the crew during all this? So one of the rules on cruise ships is that you are not allowed to disturb other guests, right? You cannot, play loud music off your balcony in the middle of the night. Like put out speakers out there like a boombox and play music out there. You're not supposed to disturb other guests in your area. You can do, if you're listening to something on your iPad or something, you should have earbuds on. You should have, a headphone set on, which the vast majority of people do. Well, apparently on one cruise, the people were sitting at a table on the pool deck and were listening to music hooked up to a speaker, playing it just as loud as they wanted to. Well, one lady had enough of this, and she walked over, grabbed the speaker, and threw it overboard. Just tossed it overboard into the ocean. And of course, the argument ensued after that. Now, this was posted on social media. There's a video of it. I don't want to show the video because it'll show the people's faces, and it's a little controversial. But I'm reading all the comments, and there are so many mixed comments from, hey, you had no right to do that. That's somebody else's property. How could you possibly do that? That's one side of the situation. The other side was, good for you. Those people you should never be playing music like that. I hate those kind of people who disrupt everybody else's cruise on board, thinking that it's all about them. Good for her. That side of the equation. And then there's a kind of the equation that agreed with her for doing it, but said, hey, don't throw something into the ocean. In fact, the majority of people who commented said, I just wish she didn't throw, I wish she would have smashed it instead of throwing it into the ocean. So, here's my question to you. Who's right in this situation? Now, clearly the couple playing the speaker were breaking a rule. I want to know where the crew was, why the crew was allowing this to happen. Now, the crew, a waiter, doesn't want to get involved. A bartender doesn't want to get involved. They would have to call a security force member to come up and talk to them. And it takes a while for that to happen. Also, what do you think about somebody playing music on a speaker in a public place on a cruise? It kind of annoys me. I've been in a tender, a little tight space in a tender heading to port, and somebody talking on their phone, not like this, putting it on speaker as loud as they can, and yelling into the phone like this, talking for 20 minutes on a tender ride the whole time. That's all we heard. We didn't hear the motor. We heard this person talking to somebody. Like, why can't you do this? Why can't you do this? So I feel for the person listening to the music. I do. However, I don't think everybody should take matters into their own hand when it comes to this. Now, also one thing I did notice in the video, that the filming started before the lady walked over. It's not like somebody was just panning around like this and happened to catch this. The filming started, and then the person headed over and did this. So they had every intention of doing this, and they wanted to catch it on film as well, from the looks of it. So was that part of it staged? Probably. Did they think it might, hey, we might get a lot of hits on our page or whatever? I don't know. But the reaction of the couple that had their speaker thrown, the gentleman didn't react too much, but the lady there eventually did. And that did not look staged. They looked quite surprised that somebody did that to their personal product, their personal items. How dare you touch our personal stuff? Why don't you mind your own business? And the person who did throw it overboard could say back to them, we are trying to mind our own business, but your business is now intruding on our business because you're playing loud music in a public spot. I don't condone this, but oh my goodness, how many times do you want to do something like this? You know, I've been on that Alaska cruise where I was doing back-to-back, and we were in Glacier Bay, and right beside me, in the cabin beside me, in Glacier Bay, where you want to hear the cracking of the glacier. You want to hear nature sound. You want to hear the waves crashing against the glacier. You want to see the seals and otters splashing in the water and hear everything going on. And they were playing loud music out their balcony right next to me, completely ruining the experience. Oh my goodness, I would just have loved to just crawled over that and smashed their stereo and speaker all to pieces. I didn't do it. I did call down to guest services, which I guess is what this couple should have done. They should have gone and got a cast member and said, hey, can you do something about these people? I don't want to listen to their music in this area. That's interfering with my cruise and other people's cruise. Can you please do something? Chances are something would have been done. Might have took 20, 30 minutes for a security officer to get up there and get it done, but at least it would have get done. And this could have ended in a huge brawl, right? This could have been a big fight on board. This could have been injuries on board. It could have escalated so much more. But man, to have the gall to walk over and grab something and throw it overboard, first of all, don't throw anything overboard. Second of all, maybe don't film it to show that you're breaking somebody's item and stealing somebody's item and throwing it overboard. Maybe don't do that as well. Don't videotape your crime. Hey, I'm going to rob that jewelry store. Get your camera out. Let's go. Yeah, folks, never ever videotape you doing something wrong, even though you might be thinking you're doing it for the right reasons. Let's face it, you were doing it for your own reasons. Something was annoying you, and you decided to act. You didn't go through the proper way of acting. You just took it upon yourself to throw and steal somebody else's item, which you could be held accountable. That couple could tell the cruise line, hey, they stole my speaker, threw it overboard. They stole on a cruise ship, kicked them off the cruise ship. They could have done it, and they probably would have had to do it because there's no tolerance for stealing on a cruise ship as well. Let me know what you guys think. Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? Even though I think everybody in this story is a little bit wrong.